Jason, a young barista with Down syndrome, proudly started his shift at a crowded Starbucks downtown. He loved his job because it allowed him to interact with people and feel part of a bigger world. But that day, everything went wrong. Amanda, a powerful businesswoman who was clearly in a hurry, approached the cash register. She placed her order, but within seconds she began to nervously tap her fingers on the counter. "Are you kidding me? Why is it taking so long?" Her voice sounded cold. Jason tried to ignore the pressure, but in his excitement, he accidentally spilled milk. Amanda rolled her eyes. "Are you serious? Is this some kind of joke?" The people in the coffee shop became alert. Some looked down, others pulled out their phones, ready to take pictures. Jason tried hard to finish his order, but his hands began to shake. Then, among the customers, someone stood up from his seat. His confident step made the coffee shop stand still. What happened next changed that day forever. Jason took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. His first shift at Starbucks was almost over, but now every second seemed to drag on forever. He took a quick glance at the line. People were shifting from one foot to the other, some looking at their watches, some sighing nervously. But no one's gaze was as piercing as Amanda's. "Are you kidding me?" she repeated, tapping her nails loudly on the counter. Jason looked up at her. The woman looked expensive: an elegant jacket, stylish glasses, a gold ring on her ring finger. But her face was tense, and a mocking smile was on her lips. "Excuse me, madam. He began, trying to sound confident. "You don't need to speak," she interrupted sharply. "Just do your job quickly. I'm not going to stand here forever." Jason sped up his movements. He carefully poured the hot milk into the cup, trying not to spill a drop. But his hands still shook slightly. He was almost done when the lid of the coffee syrup broke off, and more syrup than he needed got into the cup. He clenched his teeth. "Sorry, I'll redo it," he said quietly, grabbing a new cup. Amanda exhaled loudly. "Is there a problem with your motor skills? Are you always this clumsy, or is it just today?" Several people in the line looked at each other anxiously. Some looked down in embarrassment. Jason lowered his head. He had heard words like this before from teachers, from some of his neighbors, from the man who had once been his stepfather. "You will never do anything right," he had once told him. The voice from the past rang in his ears as loudly as if it were standing in front of him again. He blinked his eyes, pushing away unnecessary thoughts. "It's okay. I'll be right back." "Oh, that's enough." Amanda slammed her hand on the counter. "Do you realize I'm late? You shouldn't be working here if you can't even do the basics." Her voice was loud, too loud. The coffee shop was quiet for a moment. Someone pulled out a phone and started filming unnoticed. "Hey, come on," someone finally said from the line. Amanda turned her head sharply toward the stranger, ready to say what was on her mind. And that's when she saw him. The man standing in line was not just another customer. He was looking at her calmly, but there was no fear or irritation in his eyes. Only calm, confident determination. That moment changed everything. Jason gripped the edge of the counter, trying to steady his hands. The tension in the Starbucks was thick, hanging in the air like an overfilled balloon ready to burst. Amanda, the impatient customer, had turned her full attention to the man who had spoken up. At first, her face was a mask of pure irritation, but as her eyes focused on him, something shifted. She recognized him. A flicker of hesitation crossed her features, but she quickly regained her composure. Asterisk, "And who exactly do you think you are?" Asterisk, she scoffed, crossing her arms. The man took a slow step forward, unfazed by her aggressive stance. His deep voice was calm, but carried an unmistakable weight. Asterisk, "Someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect." Asterisk, the cafe had gone completely silent. Even the baristas at the espresso machines had stopped what they were doing. Customers leaned in slightly, phones still recording, their interest peaked. Amanda let out a sharp laugh, though it sounded more forced than she intended. Asterisk, "This is none of your business." Asterisk, the man didn't flinch. Asterisk, "It became my business the moment you decided to humiliate someone just trying to do his job." Asterisk, Jason, standing behind the counter, barely breathed. His heart pounded in his chest. No one had ever defended him like this before. Amanda glanced around, as if expecting someone to back her up. But the crowd that had once been silent bystanders was now watching her with a different kind of gaze, one that made her uneasy. She wasn't the powerful figure in this scenario anymore. "Look," she said, her tone shifting, "I just wanted my coffee. But it's taking forever, and I have things to do." The man nodded slightly. "And you think belittling him will make your coffee come faster?" Amanda opened her mouth to respond, but hesitated. It was a simple question, but it had completely disarmed her. The murmur in the cafe grew. People were whispering, watching the scene unfold like a live drama. Jason's hands were still trembling, but he felt something shift inside him. A small ember of courage flickered. "I just want to do a good job," he said softly. Amanda's gaze snapped back to him. For the first time, she actually looked at him, as if seeing him for the first time. A few seconds passed, long enough for discomfort to settle in. Then, something unexpected happened. A woman in line, who had been silently watching, took a step forward. "He's doing great," she said firmly. Another man chimed in. "Honestly, we're all waiting, but no one else seems to have a problem." Amanda's face twitched. She hadn't anticipated the tide turning against her. The stranger, the man who had stepped up, kept his gaze on her, waiting to see what she would do next. Jason could feel the power in the room shifting. It was no longer Amanda in control. And for the first time that day, he felt like he wasn't alone. Amanda's jaw clenched. The weight of the moment settled on her shoulders as she realized that the energy in the room had shifted. The people who had previously avoided eye contact were now staring directly at her. Their expressions weren't just passive curiosity anymore. There was judgment, disapproval, and something else she hadn't expected. Support, but not for her. The man standing between her and Jason hadn't moved, his calm expression unwavering. Amanda recognized him. Of course she did, but her pride wouldn't allow her to acknowledge it. "You don't understand," she said, forcing confidence into her voice. "I have meetings, deadlines. I don't have time for for what?" The man interrupted, tilting his head slightly. For treating people like human beings? Her lips pressed into a tight line. The murmurs in the cafe grew louder. Customers exchanged glances, some leaning toward each other, whispering. A few phones were still recording, their screens capturing every second of the exchange. Jason's heart pounded. His hands still shook slightly, but the fear was beginning to fade. He was still standing there, still working, still existing. And now, for the first time, someone was fighting for him. Amanda exhaled sharply, looking around, searching for an ally. "I was just pointing out that he's slow," she insisted, her voice rising. That's not an insult. It's just reality. The man let out a quiet, almost amused breath. Reality? You know, I've seen a lot of reality in my life. And do you know what's also real? Kindness, respect, decency. Amanda scoffed, but there was hesitation in her stance now. The tension in the cafe was thick. Jason could feel it wrapping around him, suffocating yet exhilarating at the same time. And then, from somewhere behind the counter, another voice broke through the silence. Jason's one of the hardest workers here. It was Olivia, one of the senior baristas. She had been working in the back, but had clearly been listening to everything. Now, she stepped forward, her expression firm. He remembers customers' names. He stays late to help. He actually cares about people. She turned to Amanda. Can you say the same? A wave of murmurs spread through the cafe. Amanda's face flushed. This is ridiculous, she muttered, shaking her head. I don't have time for this. She reached for her phone, as if it would somehow grant her an escape, but before she could say anything else, the man beside Jason spoke again. You do realize the world is watching, don't you? Amanda froze. She turned her gaze to the crowd. The realization dawned on her like a slow, sinking weight. People weren't just watching, they were recording. Her face was already on multiple screens, her words preserved forever. Jason watched as her breath quickened, her confidence finally cracking. For the first time, she looked small. The murmurs grew into whispers. Then something even more surprising happened. A soft, slow clap. It started from the back of the cafe. A middle-aged woman in a business suit, the kind of customer Amanda probably thought she represented, clapped once more. Then another person. Then another. Until, suddenly, the cafe was filled with quiet applause. Not for Amanda. For Jason. Amanda took a small step back. Her mouth opened slightly, but no words came out. And then, without another word, she turned on her heel and stormed toward the door. The sound of the Starbucks door chime rang as she exited, her heels clicking against the pavement outside. Silence settled over the cafe once again. Jason's breathing was unsteady. He was still standing behind the counter, still gripping the cup he had been trying to prepare just minutes ago. And then slowly, the man turned to him. Asterisk, what's your name? Asterisk, he asked. Jason swallowed. Jason, he said softly. The man nodded. Asterisk, Jason, you did nothing wrong. Asterisk. Those words. Jason wasn't sure why, but they nearly knocked the air from his lungs. His throat tightened. He blinked rapidly, forcing himself to keep it together. You handled yourself better than most people would, the man continued. Asterisk, don't let people like that define you. Asterisk. Jason exhaled slowly. He could feel Olivia's reassuring presence beside him, the supportive gazes from the customers. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel like a mistake. Thank you, he whispered. The man simply nodded. And that was when Jason realized this wasn't just some random customer. The man smiled slightly before stepping back. And as he did, someone in the crowd finally said it out loud. Asterisk, wait, is that Keanu Reeves? Asterisk. The cafe collectively inhaled in realization. Jason's eyes widened. He had just been defended by Keanu Reeves. The moment was too surreal to process. Phones were still recording, customers were whispering in disbelief, and Jason was standing there, completely stunned. Keanu gave him one last nod before turning to leave. As he walked past the stunned crowd, he paused at the door, looking back at Jason one last time. Asterisk, keep being you. Asterisk. And then, he was gone. The cafe remained frozen in stunned silence. Jason, gripping the counter, finally exhaled a shaky breath. His hands weren't trembling anymore. The door swung shut behind Keanu Reeves, leaving an almost eerie silence in the Starbucks. It was as if the entire cafe had collectively forgotten how to function for a brief moment. Jason stood behind the counter, his hands resting on the register, his mind struggling to process everything that had just happened. He wasn't sure what felt more surreal, the fact that an A-list Hollywood star had just defended him, or the fact that the entire cafe had turned against Amanda in his favor. Then, as if breaking the trance, Olivia nudged him gently. Asterisk, dude. Asterisk. Jason turned to look at her. Asterisk, Keanu Reeves just defended you. Like, the Keanu Reeves. Asterisk. It finally hit him. The adrenaline that had kept him standing suddenly threatened to drain out of his legs. He had to grip the counter to steady himself. Asterisk, I don't know what just happened. Asterisk, he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. The customers who had been recording began checking their phones, replaying the moment over and over. The murmurs grew into excited chatter. A few people came up to the counter, smiling at Jason. Asterisk, hey man, that was amazing. You handled yourself so well. Asterisk, one man said. Asterisk, seriously, that woman was awful, and you kept it together. Respect. Asterisk, added another. Jason's mind struggled to catch up. He had spent so long trying to stay unnoticed, to not take up space, that this sudden flood of attention felt overwhelming. But for the first time in a long time, it wasn't attention for his mistakes. It was recognition for simply being himself. The tension from earlier had completely disappeared. The Starbucks felt lighter, like the whole atmosphere had shifted into something new, something positive. Then Olivia gasped. Asterisk, oh my God, Jason, it's already going viral. Asterisk. She turned her phone around, showing him the screen. A video of the confrontation had already been uploaded to Twitter. Keanu Reeves shuts down a rude customer at Starbucks. Watch what happens next. The post had been up for less than 10 minutes, and it already had thousands of likes and shares. People were commenting, adding their own thoughts. At Movie Fan 22 asterisk asterisk, Keanu Reeves just casually defending a Starbucks barista? This man is a real-life John Wick, but for kindness. Asterisk. At Justice for Jason asterisk asterisk. I don't even know this guy, but I'm proud of him. That customer was horrible, and he stayed professional the whole time. Asterisk. At Caffeine Queen asterisk asterisk. This needs to be on the news. People need to see how employees are treated sometimes. Asterisk. Jason's stomach flipped. Asterisk. I don't know if I want to go viral. Asterisk, he muttered. He had always avoided attention, not because he was ashamed of who he was, but because attention usually meant scrutiny. Judgment. People picking apart his every move. Olivia placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. This time it's different, she said. Asterisk. This time, people are standing up for you. Asterisk. Jason swallowed, staring at the phone screen. His name, his face, out there for the world to see. But instead of feeling afraid, there was something else. Something warm. Something that felt like belonging. Just as he was processing all of this, the back office door swung open, and Rick, the store manager, stepped out. He had clearly been unaware of the situation until now, as he stopped abruptly, taking in the odd atmosphere. Asterisk. Why is everyone looking at Jason like he just won the lottery? Asterisk, he asked, frowning. Olivia smirked. Asterisk. Not the lottery, but close. Keanu Reeves just defended him from a nightmare customer, and now he's going viral. Asterisk. Rick blinked. Asterisk. Wait, what? Asterisk. Olivia shoved her phone in his face, replaying the clip. Rick's expression shifted as he watched the whole thing unfold. The rude remarks, the way Jason kept his composure, the moment Keanu stepped in. By the time the video ended, he ran a hand down his face. Asterisk. Holy, okay, that's a lot to take in. Asterisk. He looked at Jason. Asterisk. Are you okay? Asterisk. Jason hesitated. Was he? A few hours ago, he might have said no. He might have said that every interaction like this took something out of him, left him feeling smaller. But now he was standing here with people, asterisk strangers asterisk, showing him support. He let out a slow breath. Yeah, he said, nodding. Asterisk. I think I am. Asterisk. Rick gave a slow, approving nod. Asterisk. Well, for what it's worth, you handled that way better than I would have. Asterisk. He sighed. Asterisk. I'll file a report about the incident. And if that lady tries to complain, don't worry. I've got your back. Asterisk. Jason nodded, appreciation swelling in his chest. Over the next few hours, things escalated even further. Jason's phone, which he had shoved into his pocket earlier, buzzed nonstop. Friends, family, even people he hadn't spoken to in years were messaging him. Asterisk. Dude, you're trending on Twitter. Asterisk. Asterisk. Jason? Why is Keanu Reeves defending you in a Starbucks? Asterisk. Asterisk. Is this actually you? I just saw this on the news. Asterisk. He didn't even have time to respond before Olivia gasped again. Asterisk. Jason. Jason. CNN just posted about it. Asterisk. His stomach flipped. Asterisk. No way. Asterisk. But there was a full news article. Keanu Reeves defends Starbucks employee in viral video. Internet praises young barista for grace under pressure. Jason pressed a hand to his forehead. Asterisk. Oh my God. What is happening? Asterisk. Olivia laughed. Asterisk. You're becoming a legend. That's what's happening. Asterisk. Meanwhile, things weren't going so well for Amanda. As the video spread, people started identifying her. Within hours, her LinkedIn profile was flooded with comments. Some were harsh. Others simply pointed out how poorly she had treated Jason. She tried to go private. It was too late. People had already found her social media. Her name was trending for all the wrong reasons. And then another twist, someone claiming to work at her company posted. As someone who works with Amanda, I'm not surprised. This is how she treats employees in the office too. Maybe this will finally make her change. Amanda had vanished from social media by the end of the day. By the time Jason's shift ended, everything felt different. People came up to him, shaking his hand, offering words of encouragement. Customers left bigger tips than usual. One woman even left a note. And then, something that truly caught him off guard, an email from the Starbucks corporate office. He opened it, his eyes widening as he read the words. Starbucks was offering him a promotion. Not just that, they wanted to feature him in an internal campaign about inclusion and respect in the workplace. Jason sat down in the break room, staring at the email in disbelief. This morning, he had been just another barista trying to get through the day. Now, he was so much more. He had always thought he was just another person in the background. But today proved that he mattered. And for the first time in his life, the whole world was telling him, "We see you." Jason woke up to the sound of his phone buzzing nonstop. The night before had been overwhelming. Messages, news articles, and the surreal realization that the entire world now knew his name. He had barely slept, his mind replaying every moment in Starbucks over and over. But now, as he sat up in bed, rubbing his eyes, he saw just how much things had changed overnight. His inbox was overflowing. His Twitter had exploded. And the top headline on Good Morning America read, "Starbucks barista stands tall after viral incident. Keanu Reeves speaks out." Wait, Keanu spoke out? Jason's heart pounded as he clicked on the article. Everyone deserves respect. That's all this was about, Reeves told reporters. Jason was doing his job, and he did it with more patience and grace than most people would have. Jason exhaled, his chest tightening in disbelief. Keanu Reeves was actually talking about him. He scrolled further. The internet had fully embraced the story. A movement had started. #RespectForJason was trending worldwide. People were sharing their own experiences of being belittled at work, of staying strong despite it. Even celebrities were commenting. Ryan Reynolds ***, standing up for kindness never goes out of style. Props to Keanu, but even bigger props to Jason. Zendaya ***, people need to understand that words matter. Jason, we see you. We support you. Jason sat back, the weight of it all settling in. He had spent so much of his life feeling invisible. Now, the world was looking right at him, and they were cheering. Later that day, Jason walked into Starbucks feeling like he was stepping onto a completely different planet. The moment he entered, his co-workers clapped. Olivia ran up and hugged him. Dude, you're literally famous. Even Rick, the usually serious manager, smirked. Well, if you ever get tired of making lattes, I hear you've got a future in public speaking. Jason laughed, but then Rick's expression softened. Listen, corporate reached out. They want to talk to you about a promotion. Actually, more than that. Jason blinked. A promotion. Rick nodded, then handed him a printed-out email. Jason read it quickly, his heart racing. Starbucks wanted him to become an inclusion and training ambassador, a role designed to help train new employees, ensuring that stores were inclusive and respectful workplaces. They wanted him to travel, to speak, to be a voice. Jason had never imagined himself as a leader. He had always just wanted to do his job, to fit in, but now for the first time, he realized he wasn't meant to just blend in. He was meant to stand out. Meanwhile, things had taken a very different turn for Amanda. After going completely silent for 24 hours, she finally reappeared, this time with a public apology video. In the video, she looked exhausted, her usually perfect demeanor cracked. "I want to take full responsibility for my actions," she began. I was frustrated, but that doesn't excuse the way I spoke to Jason. Watching the footage back made me realize how awful I sounded, and I deeply regret my words. The comments under the video were mixed. Some people accepted her apology. Others didn't buy it. But in the end, Amanda wasn't the one the world was focusing on anymore. Because Jason's story had already outgrown her. Just when Jason thought things couldn't get crazier, something else happened. At the end of his shift, Rick pulled him aside. There's someone here to see you. Jason frowned. Who? Rick just grinned. Go find out. Jason walked out to the main area, scanning the cafe. And then his stomach dropped. Sitting at a corner table, sipping a black coffee, was Keanu Reeves. Jason froze. Keanu looked up, saw him, and smiled. Hey, Jason. Jason's legs nearly gave out. He approached the table, his hands shaking again. This time not from fear, but from sheer disbelief. Asterisk, I don't even know what to say. Asterisk, Keanu chuckled. Asterisk, well, you already said thank you yesterday, so I guess I'll go first. Asterisk, he set down his coffee. Asterisk, I just wanted to tell you this in person. You inspired a lot of people yesterday. Asterisk, Jason blinked. Asterisk, I did. Asterisk, Keanu nodded. Asterisk, you didn't just handle yourself with dignity. You reminded people that kindness matters. That's bigger than any movie I've ever made. Asterisk, Jason's throat tightened. He wasn't sure how to respond to that. Then Keanu pulled something out of his pocket. A small, folded piece of paper. This is from someone who saw your story, he said, handing it to Jason. Jason hesitated before unfolding it. The handwriting was neat, careful. Dear Jason, my little brother has Down syndrome. He's always been afraid of working because he thinks people will treat him badly. But after watching your story, he told me, I want to be like Jason. Thank you for being brave. You don't know how many lives you've changed. Asterisk, asterisk. Sophie. Jason's vision blurred with tears. He swallowed hard, staring at the letter. Keanu watched him with understanding. Asterisk, see? I told you. You're making a difference.